Chase the money, chase the money.
You want to go chase a bag instead of chase the game. Chase the game. The game got the bag. Don't chase the bag ain't got the game. Chase the game.
Welcome back to another episode of CTG, where we chase the game, not the bag, because you got to chase the game, the bag will follow. Prime time, you heard it. Let's get into it. So, these are my boys, my co-stars. You got to the left, AM, Bet Leveling. Go check out his Bet Leveling Discord. You go tell his boy too, Garrett. You got some heaters over there. You got Lehigh legend Nigel Somerville, and then you got AJ Adam Johns, Mount Pleasant Hall of Famer, obviously. We are rocking and rolling with Wild Card. It was a tough weekend. Obviously, Panthers lost, but hey, it was the first time in the playoffs. I think it was like 7 or 8 years. First time we hosted a home playoff game in 10?
Yeah, long
10
time.
years. So it was.
They fought hard, man. They fought hard.
Yeah, it was a good game. But we'll get into that. But before let's kind of cover a little bit about the Fiesta Bowl and the Peach Bowl. I know you guys were thinking Ole Miss were going to take the dub, but Miami ended up coming through. Carson Beck lit it up a little bit. But since that game was so far away, we'll kind of skip over it. It was a good game, 31-27. But then the next night, the Peach Bowl, Oregon versus Indiana. I mean, we all knew that Indiana was going to smoke them.
Yeah.
Indiana is so dominant, and obviously Oregon, it's their second time getting blown out in the playoffs. That's tough. But we got our natty coming up. So college football national championship, Indiana versus Miami. I guessed that right. Obviously, it wasn't hard to guess that right. I had a 50-50 shot. So, but I mean, I honestly don't really hear too much if people think that Miami is going to take a dub, even put up a fight. I mean, I'm kind of curious to what you think, AJ and Nigel, kind of about this game and what the prep goes into it. And, I mean, hearing that, like, Indiana as a Miami team, and, I mean, I know they have a great defensive line and great defense, but Indiana is just smoking it. So, I mean, what you guys think?
Yeah, I'd say I just can't go against them at this point. I love Signetti. He's a dog. Majority of their team's 22-23. Now, Miami's kind of similar on that. They got speed. I don't know. I just can't go against Indiana, fellas. That's at the end of the day. I want to see a good game, but it's just they're so dominant at this point.
Yeah, I find it hard to believe that they're gonna get the not get the dub here against Miami. Signetti, I heard there's some rumors going around that he might be coming. Talked about an NFL coach next year, but we'll get into that later. Nigel, what you thinking?
Yeah, I'm kind of really with AJ here. Like, I think it'd be good for college football to see Miami win a natty, but I think it's also good for ball to see Indiana win a national championship. Just how crazy the landscape is. Like, the only people to blame for Indiana winning a national championship is all this NIL stuff. Like, this is like if they want to change the stuff and have it go back to the SEC, they're gonna have to put some regulations on and stuff like that. But it's got to be Indiana. I think it's their year. We're in a very weird time in college football and football in general, so just kind of got to go with who's hot, and it's got to be Indiana.
Yeah, I mean, I agree again. Like, I find it hard to believe that Miami takes the dub, even though that they're playing in Miami and, at home, but I just don't think that's going to matter. So, I mean, we can move more on to.
And also, I also want to. I also saw the other day, like, the reason why Indiana has so many fans traveling, their acceptance rate is like 76 to 78%. So you could just go to school and then you be able to go to Indiana. Like, so they're gonna be deep. There are gonna be a lot of people that game wearing red for sure.
They're like an ECU.
Yeah, literally. Like, I didn't realize how easy it was to go to Indiana. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of ridiculous.
I mean, do people get denied from ECU?
I didn't know that.
I knew Kip did.
I'm sure there's some. Yeah, I'm sure there's some. Yeah.
Shout out the Pirates. Arg.
Vegas.
Shout out Altura You're feeling good.
Yes, sir.
Dry January, baby. But I'm doing 75 hard, so a little bit longer. But so we'll talk about a little bit about the Panthers and the Rams at the back part of the recap, and kind of recap on the Panthers season. But we'll go to that Packers versus Bears game Saturday night. That was a tough one to watch. I mean, not tough one to watch if I was a Packers fan. I mean, I don't know. I felt like if you were a Packers fan, it was like right at the end, just seeing Caleb just light you up with the painted purple fingernails. That's tough. It's
Lil
funny.
Wayne.
Who was saying? I think it was you, Nigel, was saying he was zesty, but he's like he's like zesty, but he's still like delivering on the football field. I don't know. I did not expect the Bears to win. Obviously, I picked the Packers, and AJ picked the Packers too. I mean, I thought Jordan Love was going to light it up, but he fell short. So Bears are making it to the next round. They're playing the Rams, so that should be a good one. We'll get into our predictions on the back half of the show and kind of see what kind of bets we're looking at with AM. Also tune in to Bet Levin. Let me throw that in there one more time. But then we'll go to the Bills versus Jags game. That was a tough one. That I don't know. Josh Allen freaking threw his body on the line. I don't think he's going to be able to do that again against the Broncos. That's going to be brutal because the Broncos are. I mean, nothing against the Jags. They got their franchise rocking and rolling. I mean, they had a really good year. I wouldn't be disappointed on how that year ended, but it is tough to lose to Josh Allen. But I just don't think Josh Allen overcomes the Bucs. But Broncos. But I mean, before we get into those predictions, we'll keep talking about these games. Eagles and 49ers, dude. AJ Brown needs to get out of there. 3 drops. I mean, like clutch time. Like the third down, the last drop I saw was third down. He was running a post and it went right through his hands. And it was right after he was like getting into Nick
Sirianni's face.
They were getting like pulled apart. And I'm like, dude, that does not look good. Like, that's not a good look. I know they fired their offensive coordinator. I don't know who they're going to get in there. It's the 5th offensive coordinator in 5 years in Philadelphia. It's crazy, dude. Yeah. It's crazy. No wonder their offense freaking going. Yeah, dudes are freaking worried about their damn job, calling the wrong plays and shit. And I don't know.
It's different play callers too. It's hard for to AJ Brown's point. Like it's hard to get in a rhythm with the play caller and the quarterback when you go from one guy who likes to run the ball, one guy likes to throw it more, and maybe one year they can run it more because they have the O-line and Saquon obviously. But I don't know, man. Philly's got some stuff to figure out for sure this offseason.
Yeah, when Hurts struggles the most when he has the ball in his hands longer, right? The quick first reads, when his first reads are open, he does well and drives down the field. But he drops back for 3-4 seconds. I feel like he kind of panics. I don't know if he's got that mental block where he's like, oh, I shouldn't run all the time. I'm a passer. And then tries to force some passes. But then, at the same time, it's never seemed like him and A.J. Brown chemistry has ever been like 100%. And then it's like, is Devontae Smith a receiver 2? Is he a receiver 1 type guy? It's like, I feel like as an OC, when you have that many stars on an offense, it's like, all right, you got to keep everybody happy. And then these guys are learning. Hurts has not had the same consecutive OC his whole career. Yep. So you can't really get on his case about struggling at quarterback because it's like this guy's learning a new offense every single season. So they do really good. They got a great GM. They do really good at picking up players. And, I feel like they should have kept the OC from last year. Or did he move on? I can't remember.
Yeah, head coach for the Saints. Yep, Kellen Moore.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Kellen Moore. Duh. Thanks, Nigel. And that's the issue. They either have a great season and their OC gets hired as a head coach, or they have a disappointing season and they fire him.
Do you think that speaks more to kind of more wanting to leave, or him not wanting to be a part of Nick Sirianni's staff anymore, and being like, all right, I'm kind of just like, because like if you think about it, like he could have easily just been the OC one more year, had another great season, probably got an even better job than the Saints. Let something else open up, and then boom, like I just like, do you think that had something to do with it at all?
I think money, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
that's
control.
true too.
I think
Yeah.
Kellen Moore.
Have more
Yeah,
control.
facts. I think he wanted to get his head coaching career rolling.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
I mean, who
Saints.
doesn't, right? I guess they all kind of look towards that. I mean, I don't know. Some people stay OC, some DC, whatever, but I feel like majority of these coaches are working towards that, are they not?
Yeah,
Hey,
and that's I feel like that's the ultimate goal. But I feel like when you like even like you look at like Eric Bieniemy and like like Matt Nagy with the Chiefs now, like I think they're kind of like they were in that stage where we have a great core. Why would I even go somewhere else when I know I can at least damn near make the AFC Championship, NFC Championship every single year? Like you just got to think like and once again like I'm not knocking him for go like obviously go be a head coach, but at the end of the day like if you want to like win rings, you think hey. If I got Saquon, Jalen Hurts, and 2 freak receivers and a great defense and a great O-line, why not just sit around for one more year, like, and just call plays? Like, I don't know. It's just interesting situation. I think.
Maybe he got his ring last year and he was like, all right, new chapter.
Right?
Got
Yeah.
the ring as an OC.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if Shuck turns out, it might end up being a great move for his career. Becoming a head coach at the Saints. So, and it looks like
100%.
they're a lot better team at the end of the year. But I feel you because it's like, look at the jobs that are open this year. Oh my gosh! Like he waited 1 year, he could be in Baltimore.
Head coach. Man.
Well, speaking of freaking head coach, I know the game last night, Steelers losing the Texans. And it's crazy, all this stuff jumping around with all these coaches. Like, let me touch on this part. So I was just watching the Pat McAfee show a few days ago, and they were talking about the Fiesta Bowl and the Peach Bowl, okay? All 4 coaches coaching were all Nick Saban disciples, basically. They worked under Nick Saban. Alabama was the only team that didn't go for a coach other than, obviously Kirby Smart. Who else? I mean, I just thought of Kirby Smart right off the rip. But Alabama is the only school out of, like, all those teams in the playoffs that didn't go for a Nick Saban disciple. They went to someone else completely different. So, that is a very interesting fact to think about. When I heard that, I'm like, why didn't they go for a Nick Saban disciple, try to get someone like that, any of these guys?
Well, Kirby's from his tree, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Kirby
yeah.
included. Yeah. Like Georgia, I was just thinking of the coaches.
Like Dan Lanning, like all the Signetti, Dan
Signetti.
Lanning, Pete Golding, the Ole Miss guy. Gotcha.
Yeah, dude.
Mario Cristobal. Okay, yeah.
Kiffin.
All of them.
Yeah.
Kiffin.
Shit, Kiffin.
Yeah, seriously. They all worked under Nick Saban, and kind of makes me think about, like, why didn't Alabama go for someone like one of the Nick Saban? Obviously, that was the move because all their teams are in the playoffs and playing in the playoffs. Now Alabama lost, but
I think they understood that it's not just about it's not just about the place now. It's about what does your weight room look like? How much money do you have in your NIL collective? Like, I mean, Indiana's playing the national championship game. Like, you don't have to go coach at Alabama to win a natty. You can go to damn near just any school with some pockets. Like, Texas Tech is probably going to be in the national championship next year, or they're probably going to be in the college football semifinal. Like, it's just about money. Like, it's a crazy day. That's what I'm saying. Like, this shit don't make no fucking sense to me. It's stupid.
Yeah, but when you want to go, like, if you were a head coach, you go to Alabama, which, there's a lot of money. And, I mean, I guess the fill in Nick Saban's shoes, and all these Nick Saban disciples want to go to do their own head coaching deal. And like AJ said, kind of, I don't know if it was Nigel or AJ said it, but to, like, kind of make their own path and, like, create their own team and, their own dynasty or whatever. So,
well, here's a thought.
But go ahead.
I got a thought. What if no one wanted to follow him? And they're like, all right, let's let DeBoer come in here and struggle, and then you can come in and be the savior, after a bad experiment, which DeBoer is really not doing terrible. He's just not at that level. If you think about it, Kiffin didn't commit to LSU until after the Auburn-Alabama game. They lose to Auburn, which was a very tight game. They lose the Iron Bowl, but he's probably getting fired. And then
You think
that
he
week,
was like,
Kiffin announced LSU, but he waited because remember it was that rumor
so he
talk,
was like juggling the decision. Okay.
like maybe Bama
Well,
comes
that's something
open.
to think about.
Yeah, for real.
So
Okay. I like it.
I bet next coach will be
Interesting.
a Saban guy.
Yeah, I mean that would make sense. That would definitely make sense for it. But obviously, speaking of coaches, freaking Mike Tomlin stepping down as the Pittsburgh head coach. That was pretty crazy. I mean, people were saying like, I don't know if it was true or not, but calling to fire him and stuff. But with the whole Ravens game kind of securing his job or whatever, I don't know. Obviously Pittsburgh got smoked last night, and it was crazy. I put a parlay in, but I was saying defense anytime touchdown, but I picked the Steelers defense because I thought, oh yeah, like the Steelers, TJ Watt's gonna strip sack CJ or whatever. He turned the ball over, but none of the fumbles or anything were turned into touchdowns. But obviously, freaking, the Texans got their anytime touchdown in their defense. But whatever, you lose some, you win some. But the Steelers are out. There was rumors that Cignetti is talks to go play or go coach and replace Mike Tomlin in Pittsburgh. I mean, I don't know how true that is or how accurate it is, but there's rumors that it's likely to happen. I don't know. What do I know, right? But it's very, very interesting. But I was looking at this stat. So the Texans are like known to like make the home team kind of boo their offense or whatever is what people are saying, and the Steelers weren't really booing their offense because in the first quarter, because they're used to their offense not really getting things going. I looked at the stat: the last 77 games, Steelers haven't scored more than 7 points in the first quarter. 77
Oof.
games. It's like, damn. I don't know what the last 77 games look like for the Panthers, but 7
Not
points in
that.
the first quarter, that's tough. But we'll obviously get into the most important game of the weekend, the Rams and the Panthers. I was able to score some last-minute tickets, but the Panthers obviously fell short. Cam Newton came out. That was awesome. It felt like freaking 2015 again. It was lit, dude. But hopefully we can continue this into the next season. Have some of these fake Panther fans that showed up on Saturday show up at the beginning of the season too, instead of just waiting until the Panthers are good. Because it's so funny. It's like, all right, we're finally like the first game. It was the stadium was pretty packed out, but it was like there was a lot more empty seats. This time it was like there was no empty seats, but I would say that it sounded the same. Versus the first Rams game versus the second, because I think we showed out that first one too.
Heck
But we
yeah.
obviously won, so it was nuts. But yeah, man. I don't know what you guys are thinking, but I'll let you guys kind of recap on the Panthers season. I think, my opinion, XL needs to get out of there. Needs to exit. We
Yep.
need to trade him for something, get something else. Because we got some good wide receivers, obviously. We had plenty of wide receivers that show that they can catch the ball in clutch situations and make it happen. So, curious on what your guys' take on the season and the game. AJ, I'll let you go first.
Yeah. Great playoff experience. They had all the legends there before the fourth quarter. The 2004 Super Bowl run team that ran to the Super Bowl, they all came out, hit the drum, or the captains of them. That was sick. TD came before the second quarter, did the little keep pounding, sweet light show at halftime. Great overall. Really enjoyed going to a playoff game. Last time we were all in high school, except for Allen. But it was it was a good overall experience. Gosh, dude, to recap the season, I see, I only see us going up from here. We got a really tough schedule next year with us, playing all the number one division teams for non-conference. But at the end of the day, just gotta win your division. So, everyone talks about how hard our schedule is, but we saw it first. Just gotta win the division here. And the crazy thing is, I saw a tweet that we tried to trade for Romeo Dobbs right before the trade line, and he would be a really solid piece to pick up. He's a free agent, but so is Coker. So I'm a little worried. Maybe a team sees a lot of potential in Coker and they, outbid us for him. But, I can see the Panthers, I can see it being important to Dan Morgan that we get him back. He had a game, dude. That kid's a baller. And he's fine.
He showed out, dude.
I don't think he'll be an NFL star. I think his ceiling's like a Cortland Sutton type receiver, gets the job done, scores touchdowns, not like the face of the league or the face of the team. He's going to be a receiver too. Tet's going to just, Tet's ceiling's up there. He could be top 5 receiver in the league. And if we can get a good little slot just to like kind of take over the middle of the field and whatnot, I think Romeo Dobbs would be a great pickup. Got to add to the linebackers. Definitely piece the defense together. I know Evero. They're talking about Evero going to, he's interviewing with Las Vegas. I wouldn't mind him leaving, but apparently they extended him as a DC. So I think, it's a prove it year. Took, the 5th option on Bryce. So it's a prove it year for him. And it's going to be a prove it year for Canales too, right? If we just, I think if we make the playoffs, his job would be secure, but there's definitely got to be a show of improvement here because, Dan Morgan might be one of the best GMs in the league. He gets, a lot of his picks have been, playing out. He picked up Coker as an undrafted, and a lot of our guys that he drafted this past season, Scorton played a good bit. Princely, he didn't play that much, but he shows potential. Ransom, he's going to be a solid safety. And then, a couple of our signings that we had added to the defense, definitely helped contribute too. So, big off season here. Got to have a good draft, but I think we got to pick up some solid free agents. Might need one big name or two.
Yeah, I agree. And dude, barely ran Rico. I don't know what that was all about. I don't know if
He's gone.
Get rid of him or what, but
yeah, he's gone.
He's done.
I just know. Yeah, I think so.
I will say, dude, there's a couple plays that on that last drive, dude, that DC, I don't know what our defense was doing. Everyone fell apart. And a couple plays, like Scott, number 21. Gosh, I can't remember his first name.
Nick Scott.
Yeah. Dude, tight end 84 ran right past him, and then Matt Stafford just threw it right over his head. And it's like, bro, you did not see that huge-ass tight end run right past your face? And it's like, are we not working this stuff in practice? Like, what? Because it's like, obviously, it's game time. He's not blind, but then if he's not getting the reps in, he's not seeing that. So it's like, is that on a coach or is that on a player? And I mean, obviously, that's a mistake. But, dude, the last drive, that was sorry. We had pressure on Matthew Stafford some plays, not enough, but we had pressure on him, and then he was making those mistakes. But then that last drive, obviously he was doing the quick dump offs, but it's like no pressing, no receivers were pressed, nobody was playing up. I don't know. It was weird. But what are your thoughts, Nigel?
Yeah, I think it was from a fan perspective, like you have to just be kind of happy on where the season ended. But as like a football guy and a fan, like we got a lot of stuff to work on. Right? I think as great as we did do towards the end, and even towards the beginning of the season, I think we were still too inconsistent. We have to find a running back too to kind of. I think we play our best football when we just go 2 backs, 14, 15 carries each. Bryce throwing the ball 20 times a game. Tech gets at least 8 of those targets. Tight end can get 1 or 2, and then we can just kind of divvy in the other ones. But I mean, I think we have to play a style of football that's going to just be conducive to how we have built our team in the sense of like run the ball, throw it downfield deep on play action, play good defense. We have to tackle. We need a new linebacker. We need somebody who can run sideline to sideline, somebody who can cover. And we also need, I think, an explosive tight end just to help even more just with reads and just, I think, even just improve Bryce's game. Because, I mean, look at what Caleb Williams did with Colson Loveland. I mean, he balled out. I think you just have a guy like that who can just kind of put his hand in the dirt, block, and run routes. I think it's a problem for everybody. We have to figure out what we're going to do with Rico. I also agree, AJ. I think we don't play him in the back half of the season knowing that Chuba's getting healthier, but in the long run, he's really not our guy in the sense that Chuba's really more our guy. So I think we're obviously going to have Chuba around for a long time. We either need to find a good back in the back half of the draft or trade for somebody who's going to be an immediate impact for us. And I'm looking forward to next year. I just think that now – go ahead.
I got a question for y'all. Is there still hope in Jordan Brooks?
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, totally. I mean, 100%. I mean, I think I saw an interview with him. Like, it's got to be one of the most, like, infuriating things to play, not play, and then just watch dudes ball in your position, like, know what you can do. So I think that's a good thing to bring up. I think knowing that we got him in our back pocket kind of saving him this year, I think he'll probably be ready pretty early, I would assume. So it's going to be a big year for him as well. I think it just depends on, how do we handle the expectations of having expectations going into a season? Is everybody going to kind of just falter off, or are we going to kind of raise to the kind of banner that we're going to kind of put up to ourselves with being, NFC South champions? How are we going to kind of respond in the next year? So a lot of stuff to look forward to, but these boys got a ball. These boys got a ball.
He kind of makes you think about Brooks.
To your point.
No, he tore his ACL over. He tore his ACL over a year ago. Was he? Could he have? Look. I agree with not playing him, but could he have played last Saturday? Because he tore his ACL.
Heck yeah! This damn amount of medicine and the way they're supposed to be stretched. Hell yeah! He probably could have came back. Hell yeah!
Tore my ACL 3 times. Twice on the right, once on the left. Every single time, 9 months, and I was back full go. 9 months, no more. There were some times where I was like, okay, you could come back sooner, but 9 months max. So I think this dude comes out and just tears it up next year. I think he's gonna tear it up so much where Chuba split carries. When we got 2 good dominating backs, we're good.
Yeah,
we're playing good. Bryce, I still like. There's a lot of stuff that I watched on Saturday where it's like not until he really got confident was when he was throwing the ball down the field. He was throwing still those check downs, and it's like, bro, we're not getting yards. You got to put the ball down the field. Then he started getting confident, started scrambling. He got that first rushing touchdown, and he started throwing the ball down the field, and that's what he needs to do. And speaking of our defense, like Mike Jackson, J.C. Horn, fucking beast. Freaking
Mike
Christian
Jackson got paid this year. Mike Jackson got paid, boy.
Yeah,
Roseman,
Christian, our middle linebacker.
Yeah,
he is ass at tackling, bro. I've seen all year. Watch this dude arm tackle freaking running backs, arm tackle Bijan Robinson, bro. And it's like, dude, you're not arm tackling that dude. You are not arm tackling. You need to freaking wrap up. But I mean, I don't know. We just need to get a new middle linebacker. I think we're obviously used to having Luke. Like I just remember Luke Kuechly playing back there, and makes me kind of miss having someone like that. And you kind of take it for granted because you're not realizing how much of an impact that position makes. Having someone that is literally on every single tackle. Go ahead.
he could have strapped up Saturday too.
100%, dude. Threw on the pads, and he would have gone out there and freaking destroyed it, dude. Speaking of which, he works out at the place that Aubrey's just got a job at. So, but I don't know if I should like.
Yeah, don't expose him. Don't expose him.
But yeah. Yeah. So it was a tough fought season. I'm glad we made the playoffs. We got promised, but I need a little bit of better middle linebacker. I need some need to get a big tight wide receiver. I think T-Mac is a beast. He's our number one. But if we got Excel to have a big receiver, he is big. He just doesn't have hands. So
Or feet.
or feet. Yeah, it's freaking can't keep those feet in bounds. But that's here nor there. We'll kind of go into the next part of the show where we go do a little predictions into playoff time.
My prediction is
30 minutes
Dobbs,
in,
so y'all
we'll
just
do
keep an eye on him.
Dobbs.
Yeah,
Dobbs what?
Romeo Dobbs.
is
That's
he?
just my prediction. I think we're gonna snag him this offseason.
Okay. I like it. We'll write it down. We'll pin it here.
He better not bring that
Romeo
damn Guardian
Dobbs,
cap
picking
with
up
him.
Romeo Dobbs. I like
Yeah,
that. We need
but
a
he's
big
got
game.
he can only play with the Guardian cap though. That's the only way he can go down.
Shit.
Oh man! All right. Well, so we did a little recap. We'll get into the predictions now for Saturday and Sunday NFL games. We did the Monday prediction for the national championship. Obviously, we all think Indiana is going to smoke Miami. But
Wait. Let me ask you this real quick, Tracy. If Miami does win the game, what does it look like in a sense of them winning the game? They just have to
it's
beat
not
up
a blowout.
Fernando Mendoza all day, right? They just have to kind of hit
Yeah,
him.
but
and
I
hit
think
him and hit
that dude can take. I
Yeah.
think that dude. Yeah, you got to outscore him, and I don't think Carson Beck can. That's why I think Miami loses. But you gotta put pressure on Mendoza with that D line. I mean, those dudes have to have a freaking day, and
Ruben Bain's got to go
the offense
stupid.
can't get going. What's up?
Ruben Bain, Miami's DN. He has to have a hell. He has to
and then his
just have a
boy.
field
What's
day.
his name? His boy. Him and his boy, the other D end. But anyways, I can't even remember his name. But they need to freaking have a day, and then Carson Beck needs to freaking light it up on offense. He can't make any mistakes because that's. I mean, if you really look at it, that's the only way they're gonna win, and that's really why I think that they're not gonna win is because I don't think Carson Beck's he'll light it up, but I don't know. I think that Indiana defense will punch him in the mouth too hard.
That kid from Florida, Malachi Tony, number 10, he's different, bro.
Yeah.
He's so different. He's like, I think like he could start for the Panthers. Like he could have played in our playoff game on Saturday. Like
For
he's
real.
like that good. I think he's.
Someone
really,
said Indiana could beat freaking the Steelers last night.
Yeah,
I was
no.
like, damn, that's crazy.
It better be no
Yeah.
Penn State. It better be the damn assistant coach, head coach Penn State team. Let's be realistic now. Let's be realistic.
Nah. That narrative needs to drop. An NFL team would never lose to a college
Yeah,
team.
bro, it's crazy. Like it's ridiculous.
That will never happen. We're talking about men versus
You
boys.
take the worst.
Ever.
Yeah. Grown ass men. The biggest men in the world. Matter of fact. Most athletic men. Like, rip your freaking head off. I just think of Aaron Donald, bro. Like, I do not want to see that dude in the A gap. Are you kidding me?
I think about it. It's some kid who's beefing with his girlfriend and scared he's gonna fail his test versus line up against some dude who literally is playing to feed his kids. Like it's a wrap. Like, it ain't gonna happen.
I mean, they're feeding their whole family, but
Yeah, grandparents, like they feed generations. Like that boy got something to play for.
But it's like if you think about it, like they got to that reason because not only they were, blessed with amazing talent and abilities, but their work ethic and their mentality was insane. Like that's what separates. Because think about I don't know the statistic of college football players making it to the NFL. What percentage it? I know it's extremely low. Might be like 2 or 3%, something like that.
1 or something like
1%,
1%, if less than that.
And it's like to be a collegiate athlete, D1, matter of fact, FBS, college athlete, like that's huge. But then the next level, yeah, I think it's just people that don't know football that'd be saying that. I guess. No,
I was about to say, man, that's a true
I don't know
tell.
if it's any of y'all that said that.
No, I'm with you. That's a true tell. If someone says that, I'm like, yeah, they don't know. They don't know what they're talking about. They read it on Twitter or something, like.
Yeah. They ran on Twitter. Yeah, exactly.
They're a bot. They're literally a bot. They just,
Yeah.
reverse someone there.
Oh man. All right. Well, let's get into these predictions. Let's get AM with the bets. Let's get in here. So,
There he is.
Saturday, I think it's 3:00. Bills versus Broncos in Denver, the Mile High City. We'll go with Nigel first because I know you love going first, Nigel. Let you make your first prediction.
Let me think. Yeah, no, one team has Bo Nix. Let's go with the Bills.
Bills. Okay. What's the score you thinking?
22-17. Actually, let's go 21-17 Buffalo.
All right, AJ, what you thinking?
That's a good range, Nigel. Now since our Panthers lost, I'm gonna go back to my middle of the season prediction: Rams versus Bills. So I'm gonna keep riding that as the Super Bowl. Josh Allen's gonna get it done. I'm with you, Nigel. Bo Nix. They got that great defense, but I mean, you gotta be able to score touchdowns. So let's go with a 24-13 Buffalo.
Especially when Josh Allen will probably die before they lose this game.
Bro, this is his year.
Well,
He's got to. He knows he has to. He has to win a Super Bowl this year. Or at least make it. He's got to at least make it.
To. And I tailed your bet, AJ, with the Bills versus Rams. I had the Bills win the AFC Championship, Rams win the NFC Championship. I did not talk about that on the last show because I did not want the Rams to beat the Panthers, but they did. I will say, since you guys both picked the Bills, I'm going to have to pick the Broncos, Denver Broncos. I think Josh Allen just puts it – he does. He puts it all out on the line, and he needs to win, but I think the Broncos defense just hammers them. I think whatever the over-under is, total points, I think it's under. I think it's a tough game to watch. I think we watch Josh Allen get beat up. But at the same time, I think he's going to do some amazing things. So it will be close. I think it will be Broncos, and we'll do 17-13. All right, Alan, what are we looking at? What's the money looking like? And I know, obviously I want to point out the fact that Vegas lost some money last last weekend. Obviously, the people won 5 out of 5, all the games.
Yeah, 6 out of 6 games.
6 out of
the
6.
Public won.
So Public won. Vegas is in the hole for the first time in like 50 years. What is it looking like, Alan?
So we got Buffalo as the underdogs again, just like last game, and they still got out that win there. So those who predicted Bills, not a unreasonable pick. Broncos are the favorites, but barely, like minus 105. So it's like really, really close, really a toss-up. And then spread sitting at plus 2.5, so literally by a field goal. So super, super close game. Could be a toss-up, coin flip. Over-under is looking, like you said, Chase, at 47.5, which is very high. Both teams would have to score at least like 24 each, which is a good bit of touchdowns there. And really just a high-scoring game. Like even, Houston scored 30 points. Steelers got 6. It was 36 points. It wasn't even touching 40, right? So they still that's a lot of points both teams would have to score in order to hit that over-under. So that's something to keep in mind. But majority of the money is on Buffalo Bills. 76% of the money is on the Bills. 50-50 on the spread. So, a lot of people don't really know which one to go with. They're probably hedging a lot. And then over-under, you got 62% of the money on the under. So, a lot of people agree with you, Chase, that it's going to be a low-scoring game. Just looking at it, I mean, comes down to it, why would you bet against Josh Allen? I think he needs to go pretty far. But if I'm going solely based on numbers, I would say that Denver takes this game away, looking at it, and that's fading the public. But again, just like you said, Chase, like or the public won 6 in a row, and there's a lot to it, right? Like, there's a synopsis someone brought up where it could be because a lot of people got a hold of fading the public, that they started making money fading, so eventually had to flip back. I don't know how much I believe it, but it is a perspective, to go down that path. So could be one of those things this week where it kind of switches. Maybe whatever the public is mostly on, the opposite happens this week. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. We never know until it happens. But if I were to look at it, solely based on everything, I do think Denver takes it. What I want to happen is honestly Josh Allen to win, because I'm a fan of Josh Allen. I mean, I think he's gone through a lot of things. Ups and his downs. And he still finds a way to make it happen. So I'm a fan of that, but just looking at everything, I think Denver's in a good spot here to win. So I would honestly recommend taking that minus 105. I don't know why I have a hard time saying that. But yeah, minus 105 is my prediction on this game. So Denver taking this dub.
Word.
Is this is Bo Nix's first playoff start, right?
It is. It is.
Okay. At home, I like that.
But it ain't Sean Payton's.
Oh, and then I would say, sorry, Chase, but I do think this is going to be a high-scoring game.
Oh. Okay.
I think it might be a shootout. I think it might be one of those games where, Broncos probably take a quick lead, 24-0, 20 whatever, maybe 20-0, 20 or 20-7 or whatever, and then Josh Allen just goes nuclear in the second because he's known to do that. And then they just got to go punch for punch, pound for pound towards the second half. So that's my prediction on that.
I like that.
I like it, and I think that's what's gonna happen, man. And the Broncos, they don't have a Josh Allen. I want Josh Allen to win. I want him to win. I like Josh Allen. I'm a Josh Allen fan.
Same.
I know.
Same.
I can speak for everyone, not on just on this call, but as a football fan, Josh Allen is that guy. He's a great football player, great person, whatever. But I just think Broncos defense is too much for him. I think they spread it up. But we'll go to the Saturday night game, which this one is going to be a great one. 49ers versus the Seahawks. This is a tough one. I like the next three. I mean, Tyson first pass. But we'll let AJ get into it. What you thinking, AJ?
It's tough. This is tough. 49ers defense looked pretty solid, especially a team that's battling injuries. See, they're kind of same boat too. Like, this is a good time for them to make another. Huh? What'd you say?
I was just saying George Kittle is out.
Oh, Kittle's out. Oh, all right. Seattle. The crazy thing, I don't know if y'all have seen that conspiracy on the
really?
power plant next to their practice facility. That one's pretty interesting. And, like, they do get hurt a lot. But I'm going Seattle here. I think they have the best defense, the hottest defense right now. Them or, Houston. And I think Sam Darnold's going to, I think he's going to make it to the NFC Championship here. Definitely going to be probably still high scoring, but I think the D's going to hold on. A little bit more high scoring than last time, but I would say like 24-13. Seattle.
24-13. Okay. I like it. And I mean, like, 24-13 Seahawks. I mean, I think George Kittle being out, that sucks, man. Towards his Achilles. I hate it for him. I mean, I don't know how much.
That's like next year too.
He reminds me of all out next year.
Yeah, he's done.
It's a fat one. I mean, I feel like mentality-wise, it's a lot. It'll take a lot for him to give it up, hang up the cleats, but he just keeps getting injured. He's like freaking.
Mm-hmm.
I just think about like Gronk, dude. Gronk was like injured every other year. He was like out for the year, and still winning Super Bowls. But I feel like that dude had injuries every other year, so it's tough to play like that. But I'll go next. I think. I mean, obviously, I want to pick against you, AJ, but the problem is I just can see it in my head. Brock Purdy just not being able to come in clutch and not making it happen. Christian McCaffrey having a hell of a game. I don't know, as a football player, I don't know what the money's looking like, Allen, for this, but player props in this one, I think Christian McCaffrey goes off. I think even with that stout defense, rushing yards, maybe not, but I think he has a lot of receiving yards. I'm not sure what that looks like, but I think that's what happens. Brock Purdy dishes off to Christian McCaffrey, but it's just not enough. And I think it'll be a lower scoring game than what AJ thinks. I think it's going to be a 14-13 Seahawks take the dub. What are you thinking, Nigel?
Yeah, I think the Seahawks have too much to kind of prove. In this sense of like, all right, well, they're a young defense. Sam Darnold's kind of on his revenge tour, I guess you could say. They have the old Ravens DC, who's obviously trying to prove he can be a great head coach. In Seattle, I think the Seahawks kind of need chaos to like perform well. As long as kind of Sam Darnold doesn't really struggle and put the ball in play, as long as that defense can just kind of create havoc. I think Brock Purdy's kind of, there's no George Kittle, so they're gonna have to find ways to just, I guess, feed CMC, and I don't know if they can just rely on CMC to beat that whole defense by himself. I'm going to go Seahawks here, 21, 49ers, 14.
All right, so we're all thinking Seahawks take the dub over the 49ers. Damn, I wish I picked the 49ers now because I think I'm starting to second guess it now. What are we looking at, Alan? What is the best looking like? Where the money at?
If you want to
Bring up
go,
some player props too, because I know there's some good ones in this one.
yeah, it should be. If you wanted to go 49ers, though, Chase, you might as well give it to charity because it's not hitting.
I'm not. I just said I was thinking about it. Not
Yeah,
Seahawks
Seahawks gonna win. I don't even have to, I don't have to look at numbers to know this one. If you just watch ball, you should know the answer to this. Yeah, Seahawks all day. I mean, they are favorites, obviously, being at home and everything like that. Minus 300 odds. The spread's sitting at -7. So, win by a touchdown or more. And then over-under sitting at 45.5. So kind of similar. Both teams hitting about 21, both teams-ish, and then maybe an extra field goal. So pretty high-scoring games on both games that we talked about so far. So this might be a week where it is good player props. And honestly, too, like the first week of playoffs has been fairly good, too, just from back-to-back competition. Good player props in general, except the Steelers game. That was kind of trash player props. But either way, for the majority of the part, it's been good. So, I mean, player props wise, I'm kind of with you, Chase. McCaffrey looks good. I think this is going to be a game where JSN starts to get his yards back. Towards the end of the season, he started slowing down on his catches, his yards, and everything. So I think this is going to be a game where he starts getting that ball back. So I would really focus on him, maybe even get a touchdown. He hasn't gotten one in a while. So this might be a good spot for him. And then also, too, I think it was you, Chase, where you said under on this game, but I feel like, San Fran, now I get it, George Kittle's injured, but San Fran's been a pretty high-scoring team, the past couple of weeks as well. So I feel like this might be a place where they do hit an over on this game, and 44.5. This is both two teams that can score very high. They got enough people, enough gameplay, enough experience as well to keep this, yes, close, but both back-to-back punches from this game, in my opinion. So I would look a little at that on the over, in my opinion. But yeah, I think I like the spread as well. I think this is going to be a game where Indiana might take it away at the end, and it looks like an Indiana kind of game.
Indiana?
Yeah, Indiana versus Oregon. Or not Oregon. Was it Oregon that they played?
Oh, Miami.
Miami, yeah. I think this is going to be a game where they just go crazy.
Well,
Really? Thrax him like that?
I
I
think
will
so.
remind you guys.
Towards the end.
They just
like
played
third and
January 3rd. The score was 13-3. Okay? So let's go ahead and put that one up there.
Fair enough.
13-3.
Mark
Chris
that down.
McCaffrey,
Mark
I
that
took a
down.
player prop bet that game. That dude, he didn't do zero, obviously, but
He didn't do too
I
hot.
didn't win any
I mean,
money.
Seahawks also has a really good defense, so that's another aspect too. Like number 2, number 3 defense in the league, so that could also be a good factor on why CMC didn't do as much. So that's
Yeah,
another reason.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, speaking of good defenses, the top defense in the league, Texans versus the Pats, the Patriots, playing up in New England on Sunday. First game on Sunday. I'll go first on this one. I heard that before the Chargers game, the Patriots going into a Drake May. The Chargers defense was the best defense that Drake May has faced all year. So that is interesting to hear, seeing how he played. I mean, from watching it, the stats, won't show, I guess, basically. But I don't know. I mean, he still probably is MVP candidate or favorite, but I don't know, man. The Texans defense against Aaron Rodgers, they lit him up, and now they have all their issues with with what they're going on, the Steelers, all their issues that they got going on over there with kind of garbage ass offense. But bad's here nor there. But I don't know. I think the Patriots that they played really good this year at home, so I think they do light it up. I think this is when the Texans get knocked out. I mean, I never saw the Texans taking it all the way. They have great defense. Obviously, they're number 1 defense, but you got to have someone. I mean, number 2. They're number 2 defense. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought
Seattle.
they were number 1. Seattle. Okay, so Seattle is number 1.
It's just my opinion. That's just my opinion.
This man. Okay.
She's like, oh, that's official.
I was about to
I'm like,
say-
so, okay, no,
I
fucking,
should have ran with it.
no, dude.
You should have made him check. You should have
I
made him
will
double
say,
check.
dude, the Texans, they are listed as number 1 if I'm not mistaken. Obviously, I can be,
Yeah, they put hands on people on
tricked,
Sundays.
I guess.
Really
They tore it up yesterday, but I think the Pats come out with it. I think the Pats come out with it. They win this one. I know I got to bet with Allen right now that the Pats need to get this one, just not this game, but overall, it's a future bet that it's a backup one from yours, AJ. That trying to predict who's playing in the Super Bowl, like everyone else. But I think Pats come out, win this one, and we'll do 24-21, all close games.
24.
Nigel, what you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the stats from last game, and Drake May led the team in passing yards. Obviously, he also led the team in rushing yards, and his running back led the team in receiving yards off 3 receptions. I think
Interesting.
both the Chargers and the Patriots have pretty bad O-line play. I think it was 19 points scored between the two of them. The Patriots only really scored in that fourth quarter. I think the Texans defense is just too much for him. I think, CJ Stroud is going to pull one of those Caleb Williams after the game things, and then Drake May's going to ball out next year. So I'm going to have to go with the Texans here. Let's go Texans. Let's go Texans 24, Patriots 13. I think Drake May's going to get beat up on whenever they play on us. They can't block anybody. They gave up 3 sacks to the Chargers. I know the Chargers are good, but it's like playing. It's just a different level of football. Like that dude's gonna need some long sleeves when he plays these dudes for sure.
Yeah, I mean, damn, betting against your boy Drake May. That's crazy. I mean, I could see it happening though. I could see you. You made some good points. What you thinking, AJ?
Not so fast, Nigel. You said C.J. Stroud? C.J. Stroud's going to lose this game for Houston. He's going to lose this game for Houston. I don't know if that's a pick at the end of the game. I don't know if that's just him playing terrible. Dude, Bryce Young's better than him. We got the best quarterback in that draft. That's a fact. Their defense is nice, yes, but Drake May's going to do what he's got to do to win. And that Patriots defense is, top 7 in the league. They're solid. And, CJ Stroud, man, I don't know, he doesn't do it for me. I don't think he can get a win. I could see this being, just a weird, boring game. A lot like the Patriots' first playoff game. And in New England, that's a tough one for the Houston boys. They're used to playing, in the dome. So I'm gonna go with 16-10 Patriots. Lots of field goals.
I like it. Lots of field goals. I can see it happening. In New England, it's gonna be cold. Texans are not gonna be used to it. Defense will be good, both sides. So, what's the money looking like, Alan?
So we got New England as the favorites, -160. Houston plus 150 as the underdogs in this game. So that's the opposite of the first game. They were the favorites. And then we have the spread sitting at +4. So, they got to get over a touchdown or get over a field goal, to win, to catch that one out. And then over under, we're sitting at 42 even. So, like you guys all said, pretty low scoring game. And honestly, just looking at the money, it does look like it's going to probably be the under. I don't hate that at all. Majority, 83% of the public's on the under, but I think this is going to be a game where the public may be right, as they've been throughout the week, or the last week. And, we got 80% of the money on New England as well. Could be a toss-up there. If this is going to be another week where public wins, in my opinion, I do think England takes this game away as well. So I think I'm with the public as well. But who knows, man? 80% of the money on the New England, it could be a toss-up. This is going to be a game where you might want to, in my opinion, do New England to win money line and then maybe hedge it with a Houston spread to cover that +4. Could even cash out both. Both plays could cash too, depending on how much. If New England wins by 1 or 2, could cash out both. So that's probably what I would recommend for this game, just because it's so close and anything can happen. Who knows? The Houston defense might really do their job, but just like AJ said, where Stroud just messes up the entire game for them. So I think it could be slow. I think it could be low scoring. So I do like the under as well.
4 turnovers and 2 picks the other day. That's
right. So
Yeah,
I think it's
hard to do that twice in a week. I'll tell you that. It's hard to do that twice in a week.
No, for sure. So I think this can be low scoring. So under 42 is my recommendation play as well. But I'm on New England all the way.
Yeah,
if Mills gets in, if CJ somehow rolls an ankle or something, Mills gets in, I'm changing my answer. I think they got a better shot with him at quarterback. For real. I'm not even rage baiting here.
It's a horrible take. It's probably one of the worst takes we've had on this show. I think that's unbelievable.
I'm not a CJ Stroud.
This next gonna be freezing, brother. I can tell you what Davis Mills is again. You ain't gotta tell us that. We know about the take, my boy. That was self-explanatory. Davis Mills. Good luck with that shit. Houston, don't do that shit. I need y'all to win. Fuck Davis Mills. Keep CJ Stroud in the game. Fucking 6 turnovers. Fuck that.
Well, dude, you think about it, Aaron Rodgers wasn't able to get the offense going, obviously. I didn't think their offense was that good anyways, to be honest with you. I definitely don't think – I think the Patriots' offense is a lot better. And I think the Texans' defense can put a hold on them, but I don't think C.J. Stroud is obviously going to make it happen. I think A.J. is kind of spot on with that. I think he loses the game for him. But we'll move on to the last game of the weekend, Sunday night, Rams versus the Bears. This is a good one. Obviously, AJ, I'll let you get it off with this one started off. What are you thinking?
I think this is going to be the most fun game to watch all weekend. I see why they put it at Sunday night. A lot of big plays, a lot of crazy plays, probably nice catches, crazy throws. You got 2 of the quarterbacks, I would say, still alive in the playoffs that just make shit happen. When nothing's open. So, Stafford hurt his finger a little bit. You could tell his passing was a little bit off in the second half against the Panthers, except for that last touchdown. That was a perfect ball. But
Oh my gosh, it was beautiful.
it was. But Ben Johnson, man, something about him. Something about Chicago. That's where the Pope's from. I see them making it to the NFC Championship. You know, they're on fire right now. They may have a slow start, but, I mean, we saw Rams got a 14-point lead, you know, and kind of let off the gas a little bit. And this is going to be in Chicago. It's going to be a cold game for these LA boys, too. So I see the Bears pulling it off 34-31.
34-31. Dang. So the Bears. So then that kind of takes out your Super Bowl prediction with Rams and the Bills. But I hear you.
I got him. That's so funny. I didn't even think about that. That's hysterical.
No, because
did
I
say
tailored his
Bears?
ass on it. That's why I'm thinking about it.
Did I
I'm
say
like,
Bears?
Did I
I'm
say
thinking
Bears?
I put.
I don't know.
Oh,
It
shit.
popped in my head. I forgot that Stafford kind of messed his finger up, and that worries me.
Yeah,
You're right,
yeah.
though. You know what?
Yeah.
Thanks for the call out, Chase. 34-31 Rams. I gotta stick to the guns here. I can't fade myself.
Second guessing himself now. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
Third
you're
triple
right.
guessing. Wouldn't that be a triple
Well,
guess?
Hey,
okay.
you faded yourself on
Ram-
the Bills, so I'm not fading myself. It's bad mojo.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Same score though. That number just is stuck in my head. I can see it right now.
all right,
Rams are gonna throw it to
34-31.
Parkinson
I like it.
right there in the corner to win the game. Same exact play on the Panthers.
Oh, well, I mean, is what that freaking Scott's hit on Devontae? Do you think, or Adams? Do you think he's gonna be good to go? All like,
Yeah.
you know, nah, he'll be good to go. But I mean,
Like,
saying,
it's
like,
probably-
He's not
I
even
think it might be
on
on
the
the
injury report.
footsteps or anything.
If Devontae wins the Super Bowl, he's retiring.
Yeah,
And,
I can see that.
Stafford.
You see that?
And Stafford.
I mean, shit, that'd be a good way to go out.
Great way to go out.
Is Stafford's last year
It
on
could
his
be.
contract, or do you
No.
think he would just retire anyways?
He was on the fence last
His
year.
wife gonna
all
make him play
season.
that whole contract out. She ain't playing that.
Yeah, you're right. She's got her podcast.
Yeah.
She don't even watch her podcast.
All right, Nigel. What you thinking? Rams versus Bears. Let's hear it. What?
Oh, Adam, I don't know. Adam, I like what Adam was saying with the whole just Pope. It just feels like it's a Chicago year, at least to go to the champion, like the NFC Championship game. It's in Chicago too, which I think is once again just kind of just feeds in the right way in what Chicago wants to do. I think the Rams had a dogfight last week, obviously. I think they're walking away a little bit more banged up than they thought. I didn't think they thought the Panthers would kind of handle the moment as well as we did on Saturday. I think if the game is within 10 points in the fourth quarter, I like the Bears just because, like, they just make shit happen. Like the dude with the fingernails is kind of finding his little rhythm now. And, you know, he's a wild card too, so fuck it. I'm going to take the home team. Let's go Bears 24, Rams 23. Well, it's going to be a 1 point game.
Okay.
This is going to be the
You're
best
gonna get
game.
redemption off the
No
double
doubt.
doink. Yeah,
No
100%. 100%.
I think
This is the one for player props.
This
Yeah.
one's player props. I like that.
I like
this
that.
DJ Moore, freaking.
18 degrees. 18 degrees.
And you got to
Give me
chase all
18
your
degrees in
L's
Chicago.
all weekend. Make them back.
Yeah. Oh man.
Here's a 9 leg.
Got the gyps. Nah, but I will say that I've kept them 2 legs, maybe 1, or I typically just go 1, but I'll do like 2 or 3 legs here and there. But dude, last night
It's not worth it
put me
to him.
under and it was not looking good. I didn't hit anything last night, and I was
Pain, bro.
betting as a fan though. I wanted the Steelers to win, and I just knew I was thinking too much like a fan. But
Dude, tell him that if you had literally the exact opposite play that you played, it would have cashed, and it would have paid you out more because it was better odds.
yeah, it probably would have. But
Crazy.
oh well, it is what it is. But I think what I saw on Saturday when the Rams playing the Panthers, I thought, you know, we were playing with them the whole game until that last drive. The last drive was interesting, and I think the Bears' defense is not much better than ours. I don't think. I don't think so. At least, I mean, I think their offense might be a little bit more high scoring, maybe. But I don't know. I think the Rams come out with it. I mean, I didn't want to go with AJ on this one again too because I did with the Pats. But I look at it and I'm like, I picked the Broncos, you picked the Bills. So if we get all of them right, then there'll be at least one that
Then I'll win for sure.
Because right now, you're in first. You're in first, 16, correct, out of 29. I'm in second place, 15. Nigel's in third with 13. But hey,
It's not over yet. It's not over yet, buddy.
You and AJ tied for first out of wild card weekend. So for 3 out of 5 correct, I only got 2 correct. So hopefully we can turn that around. But I think the Rams take it. I think it's a high scoring game, even higher than 34-31. I think it will be like in the 40s. I'm thinking 40s. I like 40. I don't want to do 40. Faggot. 44 to 41. Let's go. Oh, we lost AJ. There you go.
44 to 41. What everyone's scoring?
Wait. 40 to 41. Is that what you said?
44 to 41.
44 to 41.
What?
Okay.
Who's getting 4 touchdowns, dude? One player gets 4 touchdowns.
Puka Nacua and Adams, both 2 touchdowns each.
That's
How about
crazy,
that?
man. That's one heck of a
How about
prediction.
that?
Yeah, crazy.
In the cold.
In the cold.
In the cold.
In the cold snow, it says it's going to feel like it's 4 degrees out there.
Hey, y'all can say all what you want. It's not going to affect my decision. I think that's what's going to happen. It's going to
Just
be
know the
lights
fate.
out. My bold prediction. You fed me if you want.
To give if you need to.
Hey, nobody said I was throwing my money on this one.
But I'm trying to help the people out, Chase. You might have a fan out there that listens and is like, yeah, you know what?
Right?
F it, I'll do it. You never
Then
know.
they'll win a
dude.
lot of money.
Hey, whoever that kid is, he's lost a lot of money this year.
Yeah, he's probably just saying F it at this point. You know.
Hey, if you tailed me every single week, you would. Yeah.
You'd have
You
$5.
wouldn't be looking too hard. Now, I don't tell myself every single time, but I will say that I'm not
Oh, shit.
dead last, but I am not in first, too. So
What is
will
that
be.
supposed to mean?
There's only 3 of us, so it's not much.
I mean, somebody's got to be, but I know, but somebody's got to be last, though.
Someone's got to be last.
This
Someone's
week
got
we'll
to be.
decide that, I guess.
But hey, right now
No.
we still got a few more weeks. We still got a few more weeks until the Super Bowl. So thank goodness, because I'm not ready for this football season to be over. But yeah, maybe I shot a little high on the score, but
Maybe.
maybe I want to see that. Maybe that's what I want to see.
Dude, I would love to see that, dude.
Maybe
You
I
know how
wanna
much
see
money
that.
would be
Maybe I
made
wanna
that night if
see-
that happened?
I want to see touchdown after touchdown after touchdown after touchdown after touchdown after field goal.
Okay.
All right, so Alan, what is it looking like? Obviously,
Yeah.
not that high of score, I guess, but whatever. We'll see.
No,
What you
you'll be
thinking?
surprised when I go over the numbers here. So, Chicago is obviously underdogs, being at home, plus 150.
Obviously,
Or plus 180, sorry. And then plus 4.5 is the spread. So, again, keep it in mind, give an extra 2 to 3 points. So, really think they can try to hold them off by a field goal or so. They're just kind of bringing it up a little bit. And then the total is on 49.5 is the total for this game. So Chase might be right on the high scoring game. That's like, probably the highest of the night that we went over. So could be a high scoring game. Who knows? And if that's the case, then listen to Chase and definitely pick the over. But let's see where the money's at, right? So we got 72% of the money on the Rams. So they are on the favorites. They love the favorites, but they also have 73% of the money on Chicago to cover that plus 4.5. So this is a toss-up. I think a lot of hedging's going on. To be completely honest, people are picking the money line, might try to cover with the spread just in case. And then I will say, when it comes down to the over/under, they have Chase's mindset. 55% of the public is on the over on this game too. So over doesn't look bad to choose. 55%. That's like a good little line to kind of gauge. So that's probably what I put a lot of focus on this play or on this game, just because these two teams can be a toss-up. Like, I really can't. I like looking at the numbers and even watching the games as of late. Like, this is a hard one to predict, just because Caleb Williams can literally turn nothing into something, man. Like, and we've seen it not only in the last game, but a couple times in the regular season too. There's just something where he just, I don't know, turns on a switch or something, comes back from halftime, has some matcha, whatever the case may be. That man just comes out to the field in the second half, and he just goes off, man. I just don't get it. So I can't count him out. They could be up by like literally 24, dude. And just some way, I'm like, all right, the game's over. Let me go to sleep. Wake up in the morning, and then we see, Chicago fans going crazy. And I'm like, what are you guys celebrating? You lost. And I look at the score, and they won by like 2 points. 2-point conversion, random play. Like, it's just hard for me to kind of look and say that Chicago can't squeeze this win. Initially, just looking at it first thoughts, I'm thinking Rams, just because they have a lot more experience. They had a tough game as well against the Panthers. And then, I just looking at everything, it makes the most sense. But like I said, man, just the Chicago Bears have been getting away with a lot of stuff, and in a good way. That's not like, refs or anything like that. They've been doing it the right way and playing just really well, have good chemistry. So I don't hate what people are doing, like where the public is. I honestly don't even want to fade the public. I'm kind of 100% with them. Rams money line, Chicago to cover 4.5, and then I'm with the over. So, I think this is a game where I can't fade them, like, confidently, I would say. So that's your choice on that one. I don't know what you guys feel.
Okay.
The power of matcha.
Matcha, baby.
It ain't coffee, it's matcha. Let's go.
It's just a fresh gel coat he throws on there at halftime. He ready to go.
Something. I don't know what it is, bro.
Gel coat. Oh my gosh, no, that's funny. No, but what was it like? They were down. Was it 28? 28 did nothing.
Didn't he do he did that like 3 times this year? I feel like it's just I don't get it, man. And he's used to playing in the cold. I don't think Rams are crazy used to playing in the cold. Like, let's just be real. So this is why I feel like this is another game where Chicago can squeeze by, man. I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
So you think the Bears are gonna take the dub, huh?
I would take the spread, man. That's what I'll say to that. I'll take the
Jalen
spread. Just because
Johnson's
it's
got a ball.
I can see Matthew Stafford really trying to push for his, to try to get that ring, man. I mean, he's been so close so many times. It's like, why go out here? Why lose right here? You know what I mean? Like, I think he's going to try to get closer. So that's why this game is a toss-up, man. It's hard for me to even predict just looking at the numbers. Like, the numbers don't even help me. I really have no idea. I would just say confidently take Bears plus 7.5. That's, if you want as confident as that, that's what I'd say.
I think America agrees with you. This is such a tough one.
Yeah.
No bad.
I'm excited to watch it. Well, we'll tune in, and then
Should be a good game.
We'll circle back on next Tuesday to talk more about that. But until then, I'll let y'all go. I know you guys got some things to do. Tune in. Freaking watch another awesome weekend of football. I salute
Get some
y'all.
matcha.
Appreciate it. Drink some matcha. Drink some Ultra.
Drink some matcha.
Ultra, baby. Signing out.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll catch you on the flip.